I'm going again.
His biggest strength is his greatest weakness. He's always climbing.
Right now, I'm going to sit down on this little couch. When I'm sitting down on this couch, I know that my positioning is optimal. If I lean backwards, it's a little bit less comfortable. If I lean forwards, it's a little bit too harsh and abrasive for my knees. But in this tall-ish position, I know I'm completely more or less fine. When I go ahead and balance myself off of this little thingamabobber, I know that if I lean on it too much, I will fall. And if I lean on it too close, the bat won't catch in the carpet. But if I just allow it to be right there, I could lean like this more or less all day, every day. And so that got me thinking, when it comes to the act of climbing, rock climbing, why is it that some people are better at finding optimal positions in certain positions on the wall, whereas others are not? Specifically, newer, beginner climbers. And therefore, I was trying to concoct my brain around this theory idea, because when I'm on the wall, I can more or less tell when my body has entered optimal, what's that word called? Stasis, where this position I could stay in, and it's the most easiest position for me to move from. But when I watch newer climbers and I watch them climb, I'm like, why? Why did you purposefully put yourself in an awful position and then move? You were in a good position and then you fucked it up. And I just was like, why'd you do that? And sometimes their response would be like, what do you mean? That's the only way I could do it. That's the best position. I then proceed to look at them dumbfounded, and I was like, no, it's not, brother, my man, my G. We got to talk about this. Here's what you should do. And then after telling them what to do, they go ahead, they do it. They're like, oh yeah, that does feel better. But then the question doesn't necessarily arrive from, hey, you did it wrong. It's, why did you not know you weren't doing it correctly? And I'm trying to ponder my head over how to fix this problem. And after mulling it over, talking to myself for damn near 10 hours, I think I figured out a method that will work. And it all comes down to this. Look. Woo! Did you see that? Did you see that great body awareness I had? The ability, woo, to move my body, woo, however I want, woo. Body awareness. When you're on the wall and you have great body awareness, you're able to see yourself or recognize yourself in 3D space while you're climbing on the wall. In order to work this skill known as body awareness on the wall, I was thinking about it. How do we work this skill? How do we force a person into the best possible position, but make it feasible and easy to climb? Because my first methodology, the idea that I concocted was, hey, I'll just put them on a climb that's like 3 levels harder than they normally climb. Therefore, they have no choice but to force themselves into the most optimal position if they wish to elevate off of the ground. But then I'm like, eventually their fingers are gonna get too tired and they won't even be able to lift off the ground. Breaks the purpose of this drill. And then the other one was like, well, I'll just put them on really, really easy climbs then. But then at that point, they'll just default to climbing in the non-optimal manner. Therefore, I was like, I don't, think, brain, think. And then I realized something. Monkey see, monkey do. Ooh. Basically, if this is you and you're like, I need to work on my body awareness. I need to work on being able to discover the best possible position. And then before you can discover the best possible position, you must discover yourself first, right? Therefore, the method is simple and very easy. Can be applied for any levels of climb, all levels of climbs, in fact. And it goes something like, you're gonna watch someone climb a climb. Doesn't freaking matter who. Make sure that the climb is around your comfortable level though, right? So if you climb V5, we're looking at anything between the V3 range. It can also be V5, but we want to be a little bit easier. They're gonna do a climb. You're gonna watch them do the climb. In fact, record them without their knowledge. Anyways, record your friend do a climb. Put that recording down, right? And then you're gonna try to copy exactly what they did on the climb. While you're climbing it, you're now gonna have to think about, oh, my friend did this. Now I'm gonna do it. He did this, now I'm gonna do it. So on and so forth to the very tippity top. And then you're gonna compare and contrast the videos. And then immediately you're gonna realize, Yeah, no, I didn't do it the way you did it at all. And now why is that? Is it because you have a monkey brain that can't remember? Goldfish brain that forgets immediately once food enters his mouth? Who knows? But what we're trying to look at here is, do you have the capabilities, the ability to look at a beta first time and then copy it immediately? I realized in my climbing that I can look at someone climb a climb. Now, it doesn't matter if they're better than me or stronger than me or worse than me. I could go on a climb and I could fall off because of XYZ. Oh no, my beta is horrible. And then my friend can hop on it, do the climb, and I was like, oh, I get it. You did this, but I didn't do it. I know because I saw you subtly shift your hips to the left. Now I'm gonna go ahead and subtly shift my hips to the left. And then I'm able to do the climb. Whereas I would look at other climbers climb and they won't see nothing. And I'm just like, bro, look at them climb. They're like, I'm looking. I don't get it. They went up. I did it. The difference is up and down. I'm like, it's not up and down. It's left, right, and forwards. Look at the way they grab the crimp. They use 3-finger drag. You're still trying to full crimp it. Why? They pinch the pinch. Why aren't you pinching the pinch? Anyways, all these little minute details that I noticed from simply observing climbers. Again, the climbers don't have to be better than me. They don't need to be stronger than me. They just have to have better movement than me in that scenario. Many of times, my friend will go on a climb, like a hard climb that I'm doing, right? And he's nowhere near as strong or physically capable as me. But he'd be like, bro, why don't you just do this instead? And I'm like, oh yeah, all right, I'll try that instead. And then I'll do that instead and it'll work. And it helps. But that just comes from pure observational prowess. Therefore, if you're like a newer climber, I really want you to practice this. Here's how you're gonna go about practicing it though, right? You're gonna have your friend, you're a good comrade, go ahead and climb. Hopefully they're around the same grade level as you, right? And hopefully they're a very good technical climber as well. They don't need to be, but it'd be nice if they were. They're gonna go climb the climb. And then you're gonna take one look and repeat them. And if you're able to do it, congratulations. If you can't, nay. But you're just gonna practice this, say, once or twice every climbing session. Don't need to make this a whole workout or ordeal thing. Just like a little fun drill to test yourself periodically. And eventually, you're gonna realize and you're gonna be able to think about how you're moving on the wall. Because I think a lot of times when we're on the wall, due to the pressures of the physical intensity of the thingies almost snap, crackle, popping, it makes us body tighten up and not be able to think with our brain properly because we're not getting enough air to our brains. But when you're on the wall, I want you to think, be cerebral, and be like, hey, they move like this, now I'm gonna move like this. Hey, I'm trying this option, it doesn't work, I'm gonna switch and try this option. No more freezing up on the wall and going with the path less travel, but the path that is correct. And by doing this drill, the copycat drill, I don't know what it's called, I'm just making it up as I go along. Hopefully that's gonna be able to bump you up in terms of your capabilities for climbing. I definitely think it will. Honestly, I really do. It's something I do all the time. I do it without even thinking about it. To be honest, I just look at kids climb and I'm like, bro, why aren't you doing a drop knee? I know your knees are short, but drop the knee. Anyways, that was the video. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you enjoy videos like this and want to become a better climber, I more or less drop videos like this every single day. If you like, comment, subscribe, it does help me help you become a better climber. And now you know.